It's about to get really cold across the eastern two-thirds of the country. Winter really going to make its first appearance of the season. What's going on, guys? Certified meteorologist Jonathan Keg is back with you. Also, at the end of the video, I have a message to anyone who's still trying to hype up hurricane season in its final weeks. Stick around to the end of the video for that. It's getting ridiculous, guys. Post in the comments what your thoughts are on this blast of cold air coming, if you're excited for it, or what your thoughts are in the last couple of weeks of hurricane season. This is the temperature anomaly. You see on Saturday, everybody is above average except for this little sliver through the upper Midwest, northern plains. And then you see it get really blue and purple as we get into Monday, November 10th. We're going to bust out our trusty dabber. This is the temperature anomaly, not the actual air temperature. So, what this means is we're talking about air temperatures 20 ish degrees below where we should be for this time of the year, from about Missouri into Michigan, down into Kentucky, also into parts of the deep south. We'll take this forward into Tuesday where that chill settles into even Florida. 20 to 25-ish degrees below average on Tuesday, November 11th, Veterans Day, in the state of Florida and in the southeast corner of the United States. This chill means business. It hangs on until about Thursday, and then you see the warmth really come surging back through the western, almost two-thirds, really the entire corner, just one southeast corner of the United States hanging on to a little bit of chill. Big picture here. High pressure keeps the warmth in check for the next couple of days. This is going to be through the weekend, at least across parts of the South. Giant buckle in the jet stream, though. This is what's going to send the weather kind of wonky over the next couple of days. This is a Monday, 11 o'clock. Big ridge out west. This is where we're going to have our warmth surge. And then we have this giant dip in the jet stream here. That's where all the blues and purples are. That equates to lower heights in the upper levels of our atmosphere. At the surface, that means well below normal temperatures. So let's put some numbers to this game here. This is Saturday, November 8th. We start to get some of that cooler air to sneak into the northern tier of the country. This does not include the wind. These are actual air temperatures. Teens in International Falls, Bismarck, 17. It's a little chilly in St. Louis, nothing too crazy. Bam, look at that. There's Sunday. It gets even colder and it moves further to the south and east. 50s in Vegas. You see some of the warmth trying to surge into the west. It's still decently warm in New Orleans and Orlando. Not anymore. This is Monday. 40s in New Orleans, 20s in St. Louis. And I have one more day for you. The last little bit there where the core of the cold slides on to the east. We're likely talking about frost as far south as the Florida Panhandle. Look at that. Tuesday morning, you're waking up to 28 degrees in hot Atlanta. Not looking too hot there. No doubt. Pacific Northwest, we continue to get blasted by these series of atmospheric rivers, and you can see them right here on the water vapor imagery if you're still with me. And if you're finding this content helpful, we are a weather community greater than 105,000 strong. We have the weather conversation. Post in the comments what the weather is doing, where you are tuning in from. If you want to hang out with us more often, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Look at this series of swirls out here. We have one really well-defined one that's kind of moving up towards British Columbia. It's sending some moisture, Pacific moisture, into parts of California, Oregon, Washington. There's another swirl out there and another swirl out here. So these series of atmospheric river events, that Pacific moisture riding right into the coast, that is expected to continue for the next couple of days. Here we go on Thursday again with that upper level system, that swirl again, putting all of that moisture back into Northern California, extending as far inland as maybe Wyoming, into Idaho, into Montana, Washington, Oregon, certainly as we are closer to the coast. But that is something that is going to continue as well. And playing that out for you right here across the entire country. You'll notice again, we have one swirl leaving gnarly system there, parts of Newfoundland and New Brunswick. That's 9 o'clock on Thursday morning. You see some heavy rain around New Brunswick still at the top right corner of your screen in Canada. And then on the western side, you see the series of the heavy rain sliding through Seattle, Portland, Northern California. We'll take a closer look here. Some of the mountain snow and ice blasting through tomorrow. That's going to be Thursday evening. Some of the heaviest rain there. We have some snow, Winnipeg, northern side of the UP of Michigan. It's pretty quiet, though, elsewhere across the southern tier of the country. But look at all the heavy rain pushing through Idaho the snow changing over to the mountains of Idaho and Montana and Wyoming. Again, the first real blast of winter coming through. In terms of the temperatures for November 6th, when you wake up, we have air temperatures around the freezing mark in Marquette, 34 in Detroit, Atlanta's in the upper 40s, Salt Lake City, what's going on? 46. Los Angeles, we are at 57. That's going to turn into high temperatures, getting back to around 70 in Nashville, mid 50s in New York, 85 in Phoenix, 90 degrees in El Paso. Okay, on to the tropical front. It is November 5th. We have 25 days left of the 2025 hurricane season. We're thinking about our friends in the Caribbean that were impacted significantly by Melissa. There's some trash out there. Some trash. And I don't know if I do know it's for clicks. I do know it's for fear because that's what makes the money. You're never going to find that here on this channel. We talked about this time and time again. This is why this channel exists. It's to go after the misinformation that's out there. And boy, when I saw yesterday the 18Z GFS being plastered everywhere that, oh my goodness, we have a tropical threat going on. I know they're in it for the clicks. I know they're in it for the money. We're in it just to hang out, have fun, have the weather conversation. We're here to take down those people, okay? And I have no shame in saying that because after going through what the people of Jamaica and Haiti and the Dominican Republic and the Turks and Caicos and the Bahamas went through to say that there's another threat potentially moving into the Caribbean when there's not, it's messed up. Now, the GFS did show something, but it's the GFS, okay? And you have to understand that it has performed terribly this year. So I've had this graphic up here that says no development expected. What does this mean? So every Tuesday, Climate Prediction Center comes out with their long range, so the week 2 and 3, forecasting tropical cyclone development. This takes us out to November 25th. November 25th. No new development is expected over the next 3 weeks. That gets us within 5 days of the season ending. Again, if you see anything that has GFS on it and there is no other model shown with it, that's where I want to be clear. If you see the GFS or its ensembles posted on TV, if you're in an area that tropical area and maybe somebody wants to try to get better ratings or something, and they show that GFS or its ensembles, turn the channel. If there's no other model with it, okay? If you see somebody posting it on Facebook, just the GFS with no other model with it, unfollow. Like, we gotta stand up for something here, and it's just out of control. So again, I wanted to show you that's the kind of the outlook there from the Climate Prediction Center, and now I want to show you the best performing model. It's an ensemble. It's the Google AI. There's nothing. This is out 312 hours to November 18th. There is nothing. Until this model lights up with anything, until the European shows something significant, until any other tropical model other than the GFS shows something, there's nothing to worry about. The atmospheric pattern is crazy. I just showed you the coldest air of the season getting ready to blast down. In that day by day, cold blast by cold blast will shut down the season. So one more time, and I'm doing this for everybody's sanity here. If you see those 3 letters, GFS, just by itself, whether it's video, whether it's a post, those people are just looking for clicks. They just want the ad revenue. Do me a favor. Don't click on it. Don't interact with it unless you just say trash in the comment section and move on. That's my rant. You're going to get one more of that from me on probably December 1st when we do a recap of the hurricane season. We're going to go over how the Hurricane Center did with their forecast, and then we're going to go over our hot zone forecast. If you remember early in the season, we put together where I thought the hot zones were going to be for potential landfalls or impacts from tropical systems. We're going to grade our preseason forecast on there Transparency is key. Never try to hide anything here. That's why this community is awesome. We have the conversation and we do that. I think I've rambled on now about this for 3 minutes. I know your time is valuable. Thanks for listening to that. We call ourselves again the Garbage Crew because we're looking for that stuff. And I am so ready for the 2025 hurricane season to come to an end. I'm sure there's going to be garbage come the winter time, but we'll be here to battle that every step of the way as well. Thanks a ton, guys. Great seeing you. Be safe.